All right, sports fans, how's everybody out there doing? William Martin coming at you one more time here on YouTube with another edition of the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge Podcast. Now, the improbable run for St. Peter's has come to an end as they fell last night to North Carolina in the East Regional Final. Now, the Peacocks made history as they were the first number 15 seed to advance all the way to the Elite Eight in the NCAA tournament. And, it took North Carolina, one of the Blue Bloods, who, really jumped out on St. Peter's early and never looked back to end a very tremendous run. And every player, coach, assistant coach on that team, they have absolutely nothing to be ashamed of, as it was a tremendous brand of basketball that we saw being played by them in the NCAA tournament. But with success comes poaching, and you knew that Shaheen Holloway was not going to remain as the head coach of St. Peter's for the long term, especially with there being a vacancy at his alma mater. Now, Holloway is expected to be named as the head coach at Seton Hall by the end of this week, and absolutely no one should be surprised of that. Being that he played there, he was an assistant coach there, and the now departed Kevin Willard, who left Seton Hall for Maryland recently, on his way out the door, he recommended Holloway to succeed him at the New Jersey school. Now, Holloway played for basketball for Seton Hall from 96 to 2000, and he was an assistant coach there from 2010 to 2018. Now, in his 4 years at St. Peter's, Holloway is 64 and 57, which of course was highlighted by this run in the NCAA tournament. And it was also the school's first appearance in the big dance in 11 years. Now, Holloway is a New York City native, and he also knows the New Jersey area. Of course, from his time playing at Seton Hall, being assistant coach there, as well as coaching at St. Peter's. So all of that is going to help him in regards to recruiting to Seton Hall. Now, Holloway definitely would like to build off of what Willard has established at Seton Hall. As the Pirates have made the NCAA tournament in 5 of the last 7 years. And of course, aside from making the NCAA tournament, first and foremost, Seton Hall wants to make sure that they're able to keep up with the big boys of the Big East. And of course, it starts with Villanova. Then you have Creighton, you also have UConn, and you have Providence. These are the top teams consistently in the Big East Conference that Seton Hall is going to have to, hang with if they're going to win the conference. And of course, ultimately, make some noise in the NCAA tournament. You look at this Pirate team; they haven't been past the second round since, um, excuse me, Shaheen Holloway's last year there, and that goes back to the year 2000. They made the Sweet 16 that year. But nonetheless, for the Pirates, I think this is a slam dunk hire for Shaheen Holloway. I mean, like I said, everything that I've mentioned previously, he's an alum. He knows how to get it done. He understands the system. He understands how business as done at Seton Hall. And I think all of that factors in. And I think this can be a tremendous relationship between coach and program for the coming years. For St. Peter's, and this is no slight to them. I mean, it's one of those where the Big East is definitely a step up financially from the MAC, just as is the Big Ten is a step up from the Big East. And of course, that's one of the reasons why Kevin Willard left Seton Hall for Maryland. But nonetheless, I think this is going to give Seton Hall the opportunity to stay in the upper echelon of the basketball teams in the Big East Conference. I think his hire brings excitement. And I think with the run that we just saw from St. Peter's, I think his hire is going to bring even more excitement to this program and to the alumni at this school. And with that said, even in watching the run from by St. Peter's during this NC2A tournament, you saw how Shaheen Holloway's players gravitated to him with every single win and how much they love their coach. And I think that is going to, be something that he can carry with him to Seton Hall. And I think it's going to add to his success. So it's unofficially official, but we just have to wait for the T's to be crossed and the I's to be dotted and the ink to be dried. But it's only a matter of time before Shaheen Holloway is introduced as the next head coach at Seton Hall. And I think the future is bright for him and the Pirate program. So, folks, that is going to wrap it up. And as always, I want to take this time out to thank you for tuning into the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge podcast here on YouTube. I want to take the time out to thank all of you fine folks out there for tuning in. And if you have not already, please feel free to subscribe to this channel. Now, if you're on Twitter, please feel free to follow me at 300 Pounds of Sports. And like I always say, if you follow me, it'll be my pleasure to follow you right back. There's also the sports discussion group on Facebook at the Sports Depot 365. You can check it out. Drop a line and be a part of one of the better sports debating sites going on social media. So, once again, fine folks, my name is William Martin, signing off, saying take care and have yourselves a wonderful day.